Coach Saima, and I am one of the Women's Health Collective trainers, and I will be taking you through a 4-week Power Summer Challenge. It's a 28-day training plan to help you get ready, build strength and stamina ready for summer. Today I'm taking you through a glutes and core focused workout. All you will need is a kettlebell and a mat, and we are ready to go. It will be about 20 minutes. Okay, so we're going to start off with good mornings. All we want to do is have our feet hip width apart, and we're basically going to karate chop our hips back, pushing them back, feeling a stretch in our hamstrings, driving our chest down, and then bringing ourselves back up. So what we want to do is think about having a nice flat back. You'll feel that all the way down the hamstrings and coming straight up. Pushing back, lovely. Hinging, I always like to refer to this as a bit of a duck's bottom, just having that back nicely like so, and then coming forward. One more rep, hinge, and stand tall. We're going to come down to the mat, bring our feet back, hands under the shoulders, bring your left foot forward. We're now going to drop our left elbow to the floor and raise that hand up to the air and back down. What I want you to do is make sure your eyes are fixed onto your hands the whole time, and you're not just bringing your arm up and your head stays down. Wonderful. All right, bring that left foot back, and we're driving the right foot forward. Again, dropping the elbow down, raising our eyes up as the hand comes up, breathing out, breathing in. Again, we want to breathe in and out through the nose, just so we can get ourselves nice and ready before we kick this show off. All right, okay, bring the feet back. We're going to go on to our backs now. Back nice and flat. I want you to tuck your tailbone under. We're going to lift our toes up, drive the hips up, hands down, eyes looking straight ahead. Now drive one knee in towards you. Try and lock these hips in place if you can. And if you need to have your hands on your hips, that's totally fine. And we're going to march these knees in towards our face. That's it. Eyes staying straight ahead. You should probably feel this in your core as well. Good. Last final 2 and 1. Bringing that straight back down. All right. So we've warmed up the hamstrings. We've warmed up the glutes. We're now going to go into our very first superset. That's going to be sumo deadlift and core movement deadbugs. We're going to grab the heaviest weight first. Place that weight into the center. Have a wide stance. So like you get sumo wrestlers, they're in that wide stance, our toes are pointing down. We're going to push our hips back and down. Now, as our hands are on the kettlebell, think about rolling those shoulders back. If you've got a wad of cash in between your shoulder blades, pinch the shoulder blades together and keep that wad of cash there. Breathe in, stand up nice and tall. We're going to drive the kettlebell down. Take that deep breath in and stand tall again. We're just going for 5 reps right now, 3 sets, and each time you're at the bottom, make sure you reset the whole time. Breathing in and out. Driving the feet into the ground as you stand and squeezing the glutes at the top. That is our first set done. Now, dead bugs, we're going to come onto the floor. We're going to bring our feet up and 90 at the ankles. Tuck the tailbone under. You can place your hands on the floor like so. We're going to push one foot out and then bringing it straight back in. So imagine there's a platform or a block that you're pushing, extending that leg out so it's nice and straight and back in. If you would like to progress this movement, have your hands up in the air and you're going to do the opposite arm, taking it back. You'll feel a light, slightly more intense stretch across your core as you do this. If not, you can keep your hands on the floor. Wonderful. Okay, so first set done. We're gonna go straight into the second set. Again, bringing that kettlebell into the center. We've got our sumo stance. Feet are nice and flat on the floor. Bring those shoulders back as we sit down. Grab hold of the kettlebell, breathe in. Bringing those hips forward and straight back down. Breathe in. Good. And if you want to make this a little bit more challenging, you can add a bit of tempo by coming down nice and slow. Last rep is coming up. Eyes up. And down. Good. Wonderful. Let's get back onto the floor for those dead bugs. And again, you've got the option, tuck that tailbone in, to progress this by bringing your hands into the movement. Now, if you do, the hand stays up, make sure it stays there, and we don't avoid moving the hands at the same time. Or you can stick with having this regressed option here. So we're pushing that imaginary platform away, feet are nice and long, and then driving them straight back in. Good. Last 2, 1, and back up onto our feet. Now, if you progress through this, again, feel free to use heavier weights as you go along. You can even use 2 kettlebells if you need to. So we're in that sumo stance here. We're gonna sit back into this. Hands on the kettlebell, hold that wad of cash in, eyes up, breathe in, and out. And again, lowering it down, nice and steady. And again, as I said before, in the legs and abs, brace your pelvic floor muscles as well. Hold your core in nice and tight. And sumo deadlifts are done. Final set of dead bugs are coming up. Onto the floor, tuck the tailbone under. Back is really nice and flat, so we can't have our hands going underneath. Breathing out on every push. So any push movement that you're doing with your feet, if you're standing up, if you're pressing up, always breathe out. Wonderful. Last few reps in, and 3, and 2, and done. Alrighty, sumo deadlifts and dead bugs are done. We're gonna move on to a single leg movement now. We're gonna add a bit of a cross to it to work our rotation on the core, and we're gonna work side planks. So I'm going for a slightly lighter kettlebell here. We're going to bring this foot slightly back so our toes are in line with our heels. We're going to have a soft knee here, and we're thinking about hinging just like we did with the good morning, but we're driving that kettlebell to the side, coming straight back up. So pushing the hips back, drive the kettlebells towards the side of the foot, and drive up nice and tall. Let's keep that chin down as well. Breathing in and straight out. So you will feel this in your core, in your glutes and your hamstrings a little bit more by having your feet in this split stance. Let's switch over to the other side. And again, the toe is in line with your heel, have slight soft knee, tuck that tailbone under. We're going to hinge slowly, and as we come down, rotate to the side and drive straight back up. Keeping that chin down, RDL, cross and reach. Breathing in and out. Wonderful. Alrighty, side plank. We're gonna come down onto the floor. First things is we've got to have our elbow underneath our shoulder. Now make sure your body is in a nice straight line before we lift ourselves up. So body, nice straight, hips stacked on top of hips, knees, ankles as well. We're gonna come up. Hand is going to be reaching above our head. As we draw our elbow in, we're lifting one leg up and driving the elbow to the knee. And we're going for 12 repetitions of this. Now, if this is too challenging, that's okay. We can drop that back knee and support ourselves in this position, supporting ourselves on the bottom knee, driving that knee in and reach. Really think about elongating yourself. Wonderful. Let's switch sides. So just bring your feet around to the opposite side. Same thing again. If you need to be in that regressed position, knees stacked on top of one another, driving in. Elongating, beautiful, that's it. Wonderful, and try and keep those hips up. And again, make sure your elbow is underneath your shoulder. Let's get 2 more reps in. Wonderful, nice, beautiful. First set is done. Now, if that weight that you use is okay for you, then you stay there. If you want to go up slightly, then by all means go up. Bring that foot in line with your heel, soft knee in the leg that's straight, and we're gonna karate chop our hips back, hinging forward, standing up nice and tall. Breathing in, keeping our back nice and flat if we can. And again, slightly engaging the shoulder blades, pinching them ever so slightly. Wonderful. Last reps. And switch sides. Okay, let's bring the other leg back in line, soft knee, shoulders back, chin down, hinging forward, crossover, and straight back up. If you find the rotation is a little bit tricky, we can just not add the rotation, come straight back down. Have both hands on the kettlebell, and imagine you're bringing the kettlebell up and down in a straight line. That is still going to work your glutes and your hamstrings. Wonderful. Okay, back into that side plank. Elbow underneath, our body is nice and straight, arm nicely reached, and crunch. Good. Keep your eyes straight ahead as well. So imagine an X in front of you and you've got your eyes fixed on top onto that, and we're gonna stay there and we're just gonna keep getting these crunches in. Wonderful. That's it. Stay with me. Good. Last 2 and 1. Grand. Roll those feet across onto the other side gracefully and reach up, hips up, off we go. 2, 1, and let's count back downwards. That's 9. Elongating. Good. Keep your eyes on me the whole time. That's it. Breathe through it. 6. We've got 5 reps left. That's it. Cool. Almost there. Reach. Drive that knee in as much as you can. You can bring that torso in a little bit, shorten that distance, and 2 sets are done. Now, if you need a bit of a breather, then have some water. Give yourself a good 30 to 60 seconds rest, and we're gonna finish off with our last set. Now, again, if you need that regressed option by not turning the weight to the side, then we have both hands on the kettlebell and we drive that straight down the middle. If not, stick with that rotation. Good, and really give your glutes a nice squeeze at the top as well when you're doing that. And keep your eyes on the kettlebell too. That will just help to keep the spine nice and neutral. Let's switch sides. Soft knee, shoulders back and down, and up. Good. To the side. Wonderful. We're powering through this. Nice work. We're almost coming up to the last 2 movements. Let's get straight onto the floor into that last set of side planks. Elbow underneath the shoulders, nice and straight. Lift up, eyes ahead, and crunch. 2 reps done. 10 to go. And keep that consistency. So keep that momentum going. 8 reps left. Crunch. Slightly rounding yourself off again a little bit as you come in. Wonderful. Good. That's it. I'm feeling the burn too. Come on, give me 2 more reps. That's it. And let's switch sides. Over we go. Last set of crunches. In a nice tall position. Reach and go. And bring yourself in. Breathe through it, breathe through it. Keep going with those reps. That's it. Drive in. We're there. Crunch. 2, 1, and give yourself a bit of a breather. Alrighty. Come up nice and slowly so you don't get a head rush. And we're gonna go through our last 2 movements. Last 2 movements, we're going for a good old kettlebell swing. So again, we've done a lot of hinging today, and that is what we want to work on, pushing the hips back and then coming forward. But when we come up forward, we don't want to hyperextend back. We want to start with the kettlebell in front, and we really want to use those hamstrings to drive the kettlebell through and up. Hands on the kettlebell. We're going to drive that through,
stand really nice and tall and use our hips to drive the kettlebell up, and then we're gonna rest it right there. We will then go into jump pulses, jump squat pulses, which is just gonna give us that burn. Alrighty, feet slightly wide, hands on the kettlebell, 3, 2, 1, and let's go. 1, 2. Again, using the hamstrings to drive the kettlebell through. Notice how I'm dropping my head or my eyes with this movement too. So we don't want to be squatting in this movement at any point. And the kettlebell comes to chest height. Alrighty, drive that kettlebell down there. We're gonna go into pulses, and 1, let's go. Stay nice and low. Use those arms, just gently drive those feet, hover them above the ground, and then you land straight back there. Arms backwards and forward. I'm feeling the burn, I'm sure you are too, and breathe. 1 more set left. Alrighty, so again, having your eyes down will just keep your spine nice and neutral. We want to avoid having our head up, and we want to avoid squatting. 3, 2, 1. Alrighty, let's go. That's 2 done already. We're counting down. 9, back nice and flat. 7, squeeze the glutes. 6, almost done. 4, final reps. Big squeeze, last rep. Whew. And rest. Final one's coming up. Okay, 12 reps. 3, 2, 1, down, bounce. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're gonna come down to the floor. Now, I've stuck with the same cool down as legs and abs. So you can really familiarize yourself with these movements and really perfect them as well. So you've got more of a chance to repeat them and feel each stretch correctly. Bring your left foot down, right hand on your shin, drive your knee in gently into your chest and hold it there. Breathing in and out nice and slow. Wonderful, release. Bring that knee into your chest again. Fabulous. Well done. And release. Now, if you find this is a bit too intense on your lower back and it's arching, just place your foot flat on the floor, like so. And again, use the cool down. So just remind yourself while you're doing this that you want it to help you with your well-being, to power through, to have that 5 minutes of you time, and how important it is to have that short window, 15, 20 minutes, to just work on you. From here, we're gonna bring that foot onto the opposite knee, hand behind the hamstring, and we're gonna pull that leg in towards us and hold that stretch. And again, if you have a chance to repeat the stretching, then please do it again. Up to about 60 seconds each side. Release. Bring the other leg in. That's really nice. Whew. Hold it there. And release. Hip flexors. Kneeling position. Tuck that tailbone under. Lean forward. That hand is going to come up and across. Lovely. And just hold that stretch there. Beautiful. And release. And over onto the other side. Tuck that tailbone under. Lean forward. Reach across. You might find one side you can reach a little bit further than the other. You can't, don't worry, that's fine. Totally normal. Release. And final stretch. Quad stretch. Now if you wobble, just hold your head or your ear. Make sure both of the knees are together. And slightly bring your hips forward so you feel that stretch in the quads. And again, wobble, hold your ear, and release. Other side. Same again, knees together, push the hips forward, stand nice and tall. and release. All right, shake it off. And we are done. You smashed it. Don't forget to check out the rest of my training plan. You can find it on Women's Health Collective website and Instagram page. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one.